2,338 miles, 37 hours. That's how long it takes to drive to Playa Paraiso from Stockholm. That's where my family goes to trade gray, cold summers for warm, colorful, beautiful ones. When you first lay your eyes on Urbanización Playa Paraiso, you just get filled with joy. The rows of white houses, palm trees, and colorful flowers everywhere. It looks so cute and stereotypically Spanish. What makes this feel like a second home is the combination of the restaurant on the beach and the houses that looks like they belong in a movie, the magnificent beach itself, and of course the ever-loving and loud neighbors. Playa Paraiso is a beautiful place with a lot to offer. The most underrated place in Playa Paraiso is probably Juan's Tubalita. It's a restaurant on the verge of falling apart, with parts of it actually falling apart during the winter when the wind blows slightly too hard. They have a famously good paella that my family, of course, has never tried, but instead we stick to salad and chicken and greasy fries. After eating there, as you usually are, you're always way too tired to do anything, so we just go back up to the house to drink coffee, which means making coffee and then doze off in a chair somewhere. All our houses in this neighborhood look basically the same, so we identify them by the awnings, and we also use these awnings to determine the wind status for the day. If the wind blows from Africa, then we know that it's going to be hot. And if the wind instead blows from the mountains, then we know that we are gonna have a warm day, but with cooling winds. On these days, we will all gather together down on the Pebblestone beach and soak in every bit of sunshine that we can get to. The actual translation of Playa Paraiso is Paradise Beach, and on those days you can clearly see where it got its name from. The natural reaction to this overcrowding is that we all feel a need to mark our territory. Chairs, tables, sometimes even tents are dragged down to the beach early in the morning. By now, we all have our own spots, and we know where everyone else's spots is, and they know where yours is. And if someone new comes in and takes someone else's spot, some seriously dirty looks will be thrown. The order of the beach will be disturbed. Our routines and orders are something that we all take very seriously. And since we're the same people there every single summer, it works out pretty well. And even though I know no more than 10 words in Spanish and definitely cannot hold a conversation in it, I know my neighbors. After spending so much time around them, it's hard not to. I know Alfonso, we all do. He lives in the first house, and we all say hi or have slightly awkward conversations with him on our way to the parking lot. And ever since 2 summers ago, when we all, at least once, get stung by a jellyfish, we know the lady down on the beach who knows how to scrape the tentacles away using a stone. She showed us how to do it, and we spread it along to the other neighbors. Over the years, we have all formed like a community together, and we're like a small family. So that's where I found my second home, 2,338 miles away.